awesome, man. It's like the podcast amped all the way up. If you're a fan, you're going to love it. Listen, you come out to this show tonight, you don't need a tan to be the man to enjoy it, to have a good time. They talk about the best stories in wrestling history. 83 weeks, outstanding, tremendous, fantastic.
Yo, this show is off the hook!
This is the show to watch.
The show is awesome!
You have got to get to this show. 5 stars, 6 if it was in Japan.
Today's episode of What Happened When is brought to you by us. Come see us, Chicago. Man, are we fired up. This is going to be fun. C2E2 is going down next weekend right there in Chicago. And we're bringing all our rowdy friends, aren't we, T?
I'm going to be with Eric Bischoff for the first time ever on stage, talking about the demise of WCW. It's going to be What Happened in 83 Weeks with E. Bischoff, T. Schiavone, Friday, March 22nd, 8 o'clock Central Time, South Building at McCormick Place as part of C2E2. And I tell you, I've really been looking forward to this.
Whoa, hang on. This is not what you told me off air. You told me that now that you've had time to marinate on it, that you recognize that Eric Bischoff submitted a trumped up bullshit resume, and that's how he got the job that should have rightfully been yours.
Well, I don't know if I said those exact words or not. Why are you putting this out on the air here?
Whoa. Don't tuck it. Listen, let's just talk about it. And you can come see it. It's showclicks.com/event/WHW83. The link is in the description to this show. We're not going to be filming it. It's not going to be on YouTube. But you basically said you were going to bitch slap Eric Bischoff.
Okay. I mean, he's the fucking company went downhill, didn't it?
Well, I'm not arguing that, but I mean, he gets all the credit, and you got.
I was making a. All right. I'm not going to air out any dirty laundry here. Okay. Maybe when I see him face. Fuck.
Well, listen, come see us. Come join us. I'm going to have fun no matter what happens. Bring your popcorn. It's showclicks.com/event/WHW83. And Showclicks is showclicks.com/event/WHW83, or just click the link in the description for today's show, or find us on Twitter at WHW Monday. It'll be pinned to the top. Feels like that's what you're trying to do to Eric, is pin him down.
Well, I don't know if I'm trying to pin him down or not, but I can tell you this, that I was making a pretty good living, and I thought he was going to have another company, and I thought we were going to, for the foreseeable future, do wrestling. And what the fuck happened then?
Well, let's find out.
That should be the name of the show. What the fuck happened then? Not what happened when. What the fuck happened then? Maybe you just see you're getting me fired up, and you shouldn't do that. Well, and I should know better than to tell you things off air anymore as well.
Probably. Well, come ask some questions that we can't talk about here on the show. Join me in the fun, needle and prod and poke Tony Schiavone and Eric Bischoff. Showclicks.com/event/WHW83. And don't forget, that's Friday, March 22nd, 8 p.m. in the South Building of McCormick Place. See you next weekend, Chicago!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event.
Welcome to WHW Monday. Tony Schiavone and Conrad Thompson.
Jim Crockett First Arcade, 605 NWA. TV title, Cajun Omni, the Bunkhouse Stampede. Flair and Horseman, Garvin, Bogey, Magnum, Dusty, Express Tag Team. Turner, Barton, Mid-South Joy World Championship Wrestling.
Talking about the great years of World Championship Wrestling, the NWA, and Jim Crockett Promotions.
Tony and Friends North, they win. Look, Schiavone's back again. World title split off, center stage, Bischoff. Disney, Hogan, and Nitro. New World Order and the Crow. Thunder, Russo, Arquette Champ, Vinnie Mac, simulcast. Tony's back with Conrad, not your classy podcast. Watch along, try not to laugh. Lowest rules can't pass. This wasn't the initial plan. Tom Zigg's a good-looking man. Klondike Bill, make a chant. Tommy, you come over here.
What happened when?
WHW Monday. And
Conrad Thompson, and you're listening to What Happened When? Monday. Well, it's Monday if you're on Patron, but if you're not, we're happy you're here no matter what day of the week it is. Isn't that right, Tony Schiavone?
We certainly are, my longtime close personal friend. We are here and another week of the Clash of the Champions. We just can't get enough clashes, apparently.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm looking forward to this one. Well, we've gotten a lot of feedback lately. I want some more old stuff. Okay, cool. How about 1988 Clash of the Champions 3 from September of 1988? We've got Barry Windham on this card defending the United States Heavyweight Championship against, well, who is it, Tony? It's
Sting!
It's going to be fun today, man. So if you haven't already, fire up your WWE network. And as you go try to wake up Lois, I want to remind you that if you're tired of doing this show, we can quit anytime.
Why is that?
Well, because Atlas Van Lines is hiring nationwide. They've got both OTR and regional positions available. And I know what you're thinking. Well, I like to drive. Well, they're hiring team drivers, solo drivers. And if you own multiple trucks, well, come one, come all, man. They'll hook you up. You're going to do 2,200 to 4,000 miles per week. And if you're willing to keep moving, they got the work to keep you moving, Tony. And here's where I know I can get your attention, Tony. You can make $143,000 to $197,000 on average per year, starting with your very first year, depending on which of the 3 divisions you drive for. I mean, that's straight up. That's a lot of money that you can make your very first year. And your home time can be 7 to 10 days, depending on the different routes. All your tolls are paid for, and you have the optional maintenance program to boot. They're not just stick haulers, but they do that too. So Brett the Hitman Hartman and his team can hook you up. If you're an owner operator, give them a call today. Whether you're new to the industry or you're ready to ride off into the sunset, go new places with Atlas. To speak to a recruiter, call 877-778-6959. That's 877-778-6959. Or for more information, check them out at facebook.com/driveatlas or visit drive4atlas.com/wrestle. That's drive, the number 4, atlas.com/wrestle. I'm telling you, it's easy to call. 877-778-6959 or check them out. Facebook.com/driveatlas. All right, Tony, if you've decided to keep the show going and not shut it off to go work for Atlas Van Lines, let's see if we can't wake up Lois here.
You know, it's awfully tempting. I love the drive, as you know, and I'm a damn good driver, as you know. And when you threw that money out at me, I went showing, as you know. But no, I love you too much, Conrad. I'm going to keep it going.
Well, I'll tell you, why can't we do this show while we both drive for Atlas Van Lines?
The technology's there, isn't it?
Well, here's what I'm saying. You've seen like Dumb and Dumber, right? Where they're riding shotgun around in the shaggin' wagon.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I want to do with you. I want us to drive truck. We'll call it the shaggin' wagon, and we'll take turns while the other one holds the iPad. And, you know, you can just get like a Bluetooth headset to talk when you're driving, and I'll do the same.
Yeah.
And boom, we're good. We're taking the show on the road, literally. People loved our road trip. Why wouldn't we try to multitask and get paid double?
Sounds good.
All right. So stay tuned. Atlas Van Lines, going to be barreling down the road watching Lex Luger matches soon. Here we go.
All right, let's bring in Lois Schiavone for our always entertaining countdown.
I've lost count. How many of these was I supposed to do? In 3, 2, 1, play.
Desire. DESIRE, longing for the unattainable. This was all directed towards Sting losing or not winning the World Heavyweight Championship in the very first Clash of the Champions. It's kind of a hokey, if you go back and listen to this, Conrad, it's kind of a hokey opening.
Well, I mean, let's listen.
Miami, Florida. Sting teamed up with the American Dream in an effort to form a tag team worthy to be champion, only to let it slip away. Desire to be a champion. Colorful, exceptional, graceful, Sting. Once again, the brass ring is offered, and once again, a mountain of a man, a horseman, stands between Sting and that which is desired. No doubt it'll be a brawl. a fall brawl.
Jesus Christ.
Worthy of a champion.
Deserve. I want tonight when you go to try to snuggle up below us, just do like a ravishing Rick Rude move, but do it real slow and go, desire. Here's the thing. The psychology behind the story they're trying to tell is pretty good. He tried for the world title against the chief of the Horsemen, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. Then he brought in Flair's, oldest rival, Dusty Rhodes, tagged with him against another pair of horsemen, that time Arn and Tully. He was unsuccessful 2 times in a row. So now he's challenging yet another horseman, the final horseman, this time for the United States title. So it is cool that he just wants to take a belt off the horseman, and try as he might, he hasn't succeeded. Maybe he will tonight. Wow. Look at the crowd here. What do you think you're saying right here to Pop?
I'm saying, Rick, I'd just like to thank you very much for taking me out of the baseball stadium and putting me into professional wrestling.
Well, Tony, it's one of my biggest regrets in wrestling.
Well, thank you very much. I'd like to ask you a couple of things, Rick, here. If God, I won't shut up, will I? I'm just keep talking and talking and fucking talking and talking and talking. But I like my mustache, don't you?
I like Rick's watch. He's having a good watch day today right there.
Yeah, he is. He looks awfully young.
Well, it's probably because it was 31 years ago. It
was. I can't believe it. He wasn't even 40 yet. Holy shit, as time goes by.
You're still talking, motherfucker.
I know.
What could you possibly be saying?
I don't,
you know what you're saying? I think one day I'm going to talk myself into a job. If I talk long enough, I can talk myself into a job. You see, this is what happened in real life. You stopped talking. Conrad called me. I started. Boom. New podcast. You know what podcasting is, Rick? Are you thinking about getting a podcast? No, as a matter of fact, I'm not thinking about getting a podcast. I'm thinking about finding the nearest bar and doing some Bahama breezes, some sea breezes. If it's got breeze in it, I'll probably do it. You see, there's even a song. They called me the breeze from Leonard Skinner. I don't know what it's about. Maybe it's about stirring liquor drinks with your penis. I don't know. Maybe not, but that's what I like to do down at Bahama Breeze or the Bay Breeze or, whatever it is. I just like the breezes. See, Tony, I'll go into a bar and I'll get a tray full of liquor and, I'll start passing out shots and eventually somebody will pass out. I'll throw them over my shoulder, take them back to my room, claim it was mine.
Well, I wonder after the show tonight, if maybe you and I can go out sometime and you can help me get laid. I know, no hair, no flare is yours, but I don't mind a landing strip. Just thought I'd let you know that, Nature Boy. So here I am, Tony Schiavone, fresh out of college with the one and only Nature Boy, Ric Flair. And now let's go down to the guy who took my job.
I tell you what, they're up there talking about drinking and women. We're down here talking about wrestling. Isn't that right, Bob?
Well, I'm telling you what, Jim Ross, the fact is that I used to work for Jesse Helms, and he was as right wing as they got. No drinking, no fucking in Jesse Helms' office is what I was always told. And I often thought, wouldn't it be gay to get some hookers and go to Raleigh?
Well, I'll tell you what, speaking of hookers, what I've just realized is 3 of the 4 people who've spoken on this show so far, according to the rumor and innuendo, are going to do podcasts with Conrad Thompson. How the fuck is that Forrest Gump looking motherfucker find himself in everything wrestling? All right, here we go. They probably said something like that. So
yeah, I would think so. They did.
Here's a similar shot to what we talked about on our most recent episode. The hard cam is not eye level with the ring. Again, it's shooting down into it. I kind of dig this look.
It's a different look. It is unique. Again, as Mike Rotundo does some jumping jacks for us. I hate that dark ring. God,
Shut the fuck up about it. It's awesome.
No, it doesn't reflect light. It doesn't brighten up. It just sucks light. It drains the light. It just, we'll be right back.
Hey, you love Lois and she's drained the light out of you for 20 something years.
Well, I can't argue with that, my friend. I can't argue with that at all. Coming up, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes and Kevin Sullivan.
How about the TV title here? Did you prefer it on the black strap or the red strap?
Red strap.
Red strap all day. By the way, let me just tell you, these are 2 working some bitches, but Lord bless them. The charisma, maybe not as much. What's your favorite Mike Rotunda promo?
Oh, I probably the one that we had a couple of weeks ago against Rick Steiner. Remember that one that we had where he continued to call his World Television Championship. Yeah, he was taught to do promos by J.J. Dillon, by the way, is what I've been told. Boy, Brad could work, though, man.
He really could.
Yeah.
I really wish that we would have been able to see him get a bigger push. What do you think the reason was that? I mean, we always hear it, people talk about it. Either he has it or he doesn't have it, but you can't teach it. Just some people have it, and not everybody has it. And if you ain't got it, then, whatever.
Get it.
And I know some people say, well, Brad just didn't have it, but what the fuck is it? Like, he looks good. His work's great. What in your opinion are the intangibles that separates a guy from being quote unquote a good hand and really a top star?
Well, I think a lot of times it's timing, and I think it's a lot of, and this is probably saying the same thing, but being in the right place with the right booker at the right time. That maybe Brad Armstrong would have, if he would have had a shot with Vince, maybe Vince would have known what to do with him, because he wasn't a bad looking guy. I mean,
well, but he probably wasn't big enough. Now, don't get me wrong. He's not a little guy,
right?
But I mean, he's not Hercules Hernandez either. And that's really the look that Vince was looking for back in that time, which I know you said part of this is timing, but I can't help but wonder, do you think if Armstrong had gotten to be a top star anywhere other than Continental, like not just Continental, but somewhere else too, like had he been a big star in another territory, would that have allowed him more opportunities here? Do you think that because it was, I mean, we've never really talked about this, but do you think that certain promotions, whether it was Paul Bosch or Vince McMahon or Jim Crockett, whoever, Mike Graham, do you think they sort of thumb their nose at Continental a little bit? Like, oh, well, maybe you were a big star in Alabama, but.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of truth to that. There really is.
Cause it feels like Bullet Bob, who was without question the top star in Continental.
Right.
And of course the father of Armstrong here, it feels like maybe he never got the proper respect. And I've always wondered, was that a Continental thing? Sort of like there is definitely, no matter what anybody says, there is a Memphis bias, and maybe it's more pronounced, the Memphis bias, but I think a Continental bias might exist too, because you never hear people really talk about Bullet Bob or give him the credit. It's almost as if, whatever they accomplished in Alabama or this territory wasn't of really any real significance.
Yeah, you never hear people talk much about Continental Wrestling. You hear them talk about Florida Championship Wrestling, Georgia Championship Wrestling, the Memphis territory, but you never hear them really talk about Continental Wrestling, which is basically was Alabama, right?
Yeah.
But there's another thing too, and I talked about timing about Brad Armstrong. Don't you think if Brad Armstrong had been like 10 to 15 years younger, he would really fit in well with like Jushin Thunder Liger and Brian Pillman in the start of the Cruiserweight Championship?
Listen, do you know the words you're saying?
Yeah.
I don't think you do. I mean, when do you think that match happened, dude?
What match happened?
The match you're talking about. It happened 2.5 years after this. Liger Pillman was 2.5 years after this. It was February 92. We're in September of 88. Okay.
How come he didn't get much to a push?
Right, I thought we were in 89. Either way though, the point is it's 3.5. It's a handful of years later.
Right.
It's not fucking 15 years later, which is just,
it seems weird. This seems like years after that.
I really thought for a minute we were watching 89, I guess, cause we did last week and I got excited.
Yeah. We're watching 88.
Yeah, September of 88. Well, that was February. I mean, I'm just guessing, but I think that was February 92 was that Super Brawl, that pay-per-view that people still talk about with Liger and Pillman. So it's just a handful of years later. But the thing to me is I think there's definitely a Southern bias in wrestling, where people, say wrestling and that's that Memphis bullshit. And I think there is a Memphis bias and I think there is a Continental bias, but nobody even talks about Continental.
Here's the one thing that I never did understand, and well, maybe I do understand it, but I didn't understand Vince's thinking on this. If there is so much of a Southern bias in wrestling, and when I worked in the WWF in '89, you can ask Bruce Pritchard this. Vince was really on me about my Southern drawl. We've talked about this. How come that he allowed JR with his Southern drawl to work it? Because JR was I ended up being the guy you remember with Southern wrestling. I understand. But JR was Southern, man. He sounded Southern. And here he was voicing over stuff from out of New York. How did that all happen if there's a Southern bias?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's That's the unanswered question, I guess. I don't know. I guess maybe he became a gimmick, right? The hat, JR, all that.
I mean, let's talk about this. Would you have done the cowboy hat gimmick?
Oh, to keep a job? Yeah, I'd have done anything. Sure.
I mean, well, you say that, but then you say, hey, they were going to put you in the Hall of Fame. And you're like, no, I'm not going in. By the way, I don't know if you heard, but it was announced last week that Torrie Wilson is going into the Hall of Fame. And I'm just guessing you support that wholeheartedly.
Yes, I do. Who's going to put it in? I'll put her in.
I'm sure there's a line of people volunteering.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I'm sure there is. That's great. Good for Torrie. That'll be.
The rumor and innuendo, of course, is that Brutus the fucking Barber Beefcake may be next. Your thoughts on Beefer getting the nod?
Well, why not? Wasn't he, aside from his friendship of Hulk Hogan, wasn't he a big star one time with them?
Oh, absolutely he was.
So, yeah, put him in.
What about Honky Tonk? Honky Tonk's been announced.
Honky Tonk? That one shocked me.
Really?
Yeah, that one shocked me. I had understood that at one time they wanted to put him in and he said no. Have you heard of that story?
Yes. And the reason I believe that happened is because they wanted to, if you accepted that, they paid you $5,000, gave you a class reunion ring or a high school graduation ring, and then made you sign a Legends deal where you had to run bookings through them and they could sell stuff with your likeness and merchandise and you were obligated to them and it wasn't for significant money. And I think Honky thought, well, fuck that. I ain't doing it. Well, apparently they've loosened up on that a little bit, or he's decided, shit, maybe if I do this, it'll be a boost to me in my bookings, which I know for sure has happened. When you're fresh off a Hall of Fame run, you can get a year or 2 years of an increased fee and more visibility and more bookings. And because people like to promote you as, WWE Hall of Famer, so-and-so.
Right.
Which is one of the reasons I'm trying to get you in, because, you'd start making more money and I can siphon off a bigger piece of your money,
Well, hey, if I can make more money and you can siphon off, it's fine with me. But
well, great. Then let's get a campaign going for Tony Schiavone in 2020.
That's not going to happen, Conrad.
No, I'm just saying, instead of us doing like a bullshit campaign shirt, like Bruce and I did back in 2016, we could do a bullshit Tony for the Hall of Fame 2020 shirt.
Oh. Okay, let's do it.
All right. So there you go. We're going to come up with a hashtag. Mm-hmm. Schiavone's a lot of letters and people are going to misspell it.
Mm-hmm.
What should we do? Hashtag butts and seats 2020.
Yeah. That.
Right.
Oh yeah. Make the Hall of Fame the greatest Hall of Fame in the history of the Hall of Fame. That's too many letters too, but, I don't know. We'll figure out something. We'll do a hashtag and figure out something.
Can I get a commitment from you now that if we are successful with our quest to get you in the Hall of Fame, mm-hmm. that you will wear a custom made dog hair jacket?
Yeah, if we get Lois to make one.
I don't have Lois. I mean, I can get a real seamstress to make a dog hair jacket. Now, if you won't wear the full jacket, which I get, could we do like a pocket square of dog hair?
Yeah, we got or a dog hair scarf.
Or you could just like reach in your pocket to pull out your notes and just pull out just gobs of dog hair.
Yeah. Dog hair has to be involved in it some way.
Absolutely.
So if this all works, I don't even know why I'm agreeing to this, but if this all works, you're going to be the one to induct me. Is that got to be it?
No, there's no chance they'll let me do that. They hate me. Haven't you read the internet lately?
No, I haven't.
Yeah. The internet says that they're punishing me and they hate me.
They're punishing. That's why they hired Bruce. To punish you.
Yes. Apparently. And this is from a prominent podcast and a friend of ours. When I booked The Undertaker.
Okay.
Vince decided to take it personally and said, "Oh, really? Well, look what I can do." And he booked, or he hired Bruce Pritchard.
Oh my God.
And I suspect that you're going to be next. They'll probably have you hosting stuff on the network and tell you that you can't do this anymore with me.
Yeah.
And then they'll probably go to Eric Bischoff and say, "Hey, remember that movie you wanted to make about Hardbody Harrison or, whatever other bullshit WCW talent there was? You can do it with our WWE Films division." And then he's gone. So, I'm having to reach because apparently they're coming for me. So I think my photo may even be up backstage and it says, "Do not allow this man entry." They did that to Scott Steiner a few years ago at the Hall of Fame. I was backstage at the Hall of Fame and saw the pictures.
Yikes.
Yeah. Apparently at the, and this is allegedly, reportedly, he saw, Hulk Hogan's wife at the baggage claim and accosted her. And,
Scott Steiner did.
Yes. About how he was going to beat the shit out of her husband when he saw him, blah, blah, blah. Well, she was shook, called, Mr. Hogan, and then Hogan made sure that, he reported that to WWE and he was not welcome at the Hall of Fame. I don't reckon he was coming. He was there for WrestleCon, but whatever, just in case.
Wow. It's amazing business we're in. Jesus Christ. And at times it's a sad business that we're in.
Yeah.
And thank God we can sit and look at it from afar.
Well, I'm looking at it all the way from Huntsville, Alabama, where I've been, Googling, cocoons.
Don't start that shit again.
Well, no, here's the deal. Cause if I get Tony Schiavone, Eric Bischoff, and Bruce Pritchard all into the Hall of Fame,
yeah,
I'm going to have 3 Hall of Famers in my goddamn pool. That's kind of cool, man.
And it next to, the Von Braun, Civic Center and the Redstone Arsenal. And I guess the tours that they take at the Rocket Center, this will be going to the Conradison to see the cocoons will be one of the must see places to see when you're in Huntsville. The Chamber of Commerce will want to be part of it.
By the way, when we're planning our low-key Big Hog weekend, you were like, when are we going to the we're not going to the Conradison.
We're not?
No.
You're not going to let them do like a walkthrough?
What are you talking? A walkthrough?
Yeah, this is where Tony almost died. This is where I had my wedding and Tony didn't show up.
No.
Okay.
First of all, you don't even come to my house for weddings or whatever. And now we're going to whore out my house like it's a fucking Homes and Garden. What are you talking about?
There's a bedroom down here where Jay-Z and Chelsea, try to make babies.
No, he does that upstairs a lot.
Oh, okay.
How many babies you make? A lot. I do have a Brother Love Shack upstairs and a Flair Suite downstairs.
A Brother Love Shack upstairs and a Flair Suite downstairs.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're laying out all this and then you don't want to walk them through and say, this is the Conradison.
We're saying shack and suite. It's a fucking spare bedroom, bro.
Okay.
I think you've, people have bought into this silly hype that Flair used to do on the podcast. I'm not the second richest man in Alabama or Huntsville or my zip code or my neighborhood. It's all rumor and innuendo. It's just it's a gimmick. Like
what?
Rotunda didn't actually work for the Internal Revenue Service. It's just a gimmick.
Your house is a gimmick?
No, it's been overhyped a little bit.
Oh, no, it hasn't either.
Yes, it has.
No.
And as you know, Megan has de-wrestling the house a great deal. And I mean, it's like a family home now, with a wife and 2 kids and 2 dogs. And
you're trying to make yourself believe that, but I don't.
I live in a modest home on a meager hill.
Okay.
And you've made it into something that it can't possibly live up to. And you're like, we're going to bring 400 motherfuckers through your house. No, we're not having an open house. I'm not trying to sell my house. Why are we doing that? Well, people want to see where you shit. People want to see where you and Cassio drink beer. No, they don't. By the way, I did confirm Cassio will be hanging around Low-Key Big Hog weekend.
How about Jay-Z?
Nope. He's not a Low-Key Big Hog. Fuck him.
I want to see Chelsea though.
Listen, I invited him, but they're probably not going to come. He's got chicken business or something.
Jesus Christ. Only thing he does. Look, he does. No, fuck. Anyway, I'm looking for it's coming up. I mean, we're not that far away.
Yeah. I mean, as we're talking now, it's this weekend.
It's this weekend. Absolutely.
And I got to tell you, I'm looking forward to it. My last 3 or 4 weeks have just been hellish. I had New York, and then shows, where did I even go?
I know you went to Connecticut one time.
Yeah, I did go to Connecticut once, and I've been to Charlotte, and I've been to Indiana, and I've been to Chicago, and I've been to Cleveland. I mean, I've just been all over the place. So the idea that I get to actually stay home, I'm like, fucking, hey, this is awesome. And you saw some of the activities we got planned.
Oh my God.
It's going to be some good eating for these motherfuckers.
Yeah, you're not kidding. It's going to be some good eating. 1, 2, got to, especially if you fire up with the Conradus and that big old smoker of yours.
Shut the fuck up. Why are you still doing this?
I'm just throwing out suggestions. You know, you throw things up against the wall until they stick. That's
where would 40 people even hang out? I mean, I don't have space for 40 people.
Shit.
No, it's going to be cold outside, dude. I need, well, you could do in the back. Yeah, it's going to be cold. Oh, look, Dr. Death is here. He's heard about the low-key Big Hog Weekend. He wants in.
Yes, he does, buddy.
How about Kevin Sullivan on the outside, walking around in the black robe with the purple guts?
Doc got the fans fired up there, didn't he?
Yeah, he does.
Yes, sir.
You know what JR's saying right now?
What?
Well, just guess.
All-time great All-American, Oklahoma, Sooner. One of the toughest men I know. Something like that.
You know, this is not a name, not a match with a lot of big names, but they are having a hell of a match here. We're 22 minutes in. They're still tearing it up.
Yes, they are. And nothing wrong with having a good match. Now, we need to just kind of set the record straight as far as the history of professional wrestling is concerned. This was September of 1989. The sale was, I don't know if the sale had been done by that time or was just about being done. It was the end of the run for Crockett's, and it was just about the beginning of Turner taking over here. Can you put this in perspective or in the timeline here?
I mean, I feel like you just did. I mean, this is, the end is near. You know, they knew that they weren't going to be able to make payroll and meet their obligations. And I think a lot of people probably wonder like what that was all about, but the backstory, and we've covered this extensively on the show, is that WrestleMania had sort of changed everything. And now guys looked at, you know, hey, look at the big payoffs that you can get from this. And in addition to that, they had things like merchandise. You know, they were on lunchboxes, and they had cartoons, and they had action figures, and they had lots of other revenue opportunities besides just selling tickets to shows. And Jim Crockett Promotions was still very much just into that. So in order to compete, Dusty and the guys knew, hey, we could never we probably can't put together a pay-per-view that's as big as WrestleMania. So we'll beat them with sheer volume. We'll run 4 or 5 pay-per-views a year. And they sort of settle on quarterly events, starting with the Bunkhouse Stampede. And then, you know, we'll go from there. Well, of course, WWF sabotaged that with a free Royal Rumble on USA Today. So when they run WrestleMania, Jim Crockett responds with a free Clash of the Champions. This is the same year here, 1988. This is our third one. And the original idea behind Clash of the Champions is just, hey, let's do to them what they did to us. Let's hurt their paid show and put on a big free show on TV. And the reason they needed to develop these pay-per-views from a WCW standpoint was in order to pay the talent more. So we could guarantee you a bigger contract if you sign with us. So sure, you would make more money on that one pay-per-view if you go to them and work WrestleMania. And yes, you'll make money on dolls and posters and lunchboxes and cartoons. However, we're going to have 4 of those big pay-per-views. So when you add all that together, our contract value can be more. And besides, up there, he's just going to give you a handshake and opportunity. What we're going to do is we're going to give you an actual dollar figure for this number of dates. And we're going to push you on all these pay-per-views. And as a result, you'll make more money. So they started making these weekly or bi-weekly and sometimes monthly payments with the idea that whatever the deficiency was, they'd make it up at the end of the year on a balloon. For instance, and I'm just freestyling, let's say the Midnight Express were at $350 a year. They might only be making $2,000 a week, which is only a little over $100,000. But if they continue that pace for the entire year, at the end of the year, They owe the Midnight Express $250,000 in a balloon, the difference between the $350 and what they made. So here we are in September, and everybody's looking around thinking, well, goddamn, I thought I was going to make $350 this year and I've only made $80. We better be hitting some fucking licks these last few months, cause I've got a giant balloon payment due. And they realized they couldn't make it. So as a result, they started to have conversations about, hey, what would this look like? And it happened. The verge of bankruptcy, November 1988, TBS would swoop in and purchase the majority interest in Jim Crockett Promotions for $9 million, which is a tremendous amount of money. And nobody knows that better than the Nature Boy.
Wow. What a story. $9 million. And of course, the Crockett still worked, except Francis, David, and Jimmy, and Jackie still worked for the company. I guess they had a minority share in it, right? At that time.
Well, I think they also just, it was probably part of the buyout where they all got jobs at X number of dollars for X number of years or something. But, you know, they all proved to be very worthy team members. How about, Flair here being one of the most critical parts of the sale? And this is not talked about very often, but allegedly Vince McMahon bought WCW for $2 million. And here TBS bought WCW for $9 million. When you really think about that it's 4.5 times more for Crockett versus WCW. Wow.
Yeah. So as you can tell by those numbers you're throwing out, from one end, TBS paying for, and for one end, TBS selling for, the TBS never had a good business plan when it came to wrestling, did they?
Well, I don't know that that's necessarily the case. I think they definitely viewed it as, hey, it's a television property, and they thought they were purchasing a television property. Whereas WCW looked at it as, or the WWE looked at it as, we're buying the library. And at that time, they didn't have really a distribution concept for what it would be. I mean, this is years before WWE On Demand or 24/7 On Demand was a thing, and obviously way before the network. So either way, it's an interesting, deep dive into what if and what could have been. And, Nature Boy was really, really upset for a long time with the Crockett's, not David so much as Jim, because he felt like no one smartened him up about extending the contract, because allegedly Ted Turner wouldn't have bought WCW had he not known that when he did, he got the rights to Ric Flair. And had Rick known that he was the thing that Ted valued the most, he could have perhaps had a bigger contract value, which really wouldn't have cost Jim Crockett a dime. Yes, it would have cost Ted more, because Ted would have been the one obligated to make payments to Rick. But, Jim didn't do that, maybe because he thought it was going to affect the amount of money that he got, or whatever reason. And, Flair was pretty hot about it for a long time, and still talks about it occasionally now, that he feels like it was something that they could have or should have done for him that they did not do.
I can see his point. I really can. The Nature Boy Ric Flair we're watching right now talking to me, it's just a couple of real good pals talking here, as you can tell, that really love each other. But Ric Flair is not Ric Flair unless he's doing his Ric Flair promo. And I thought it, and I even going back and watching it, and I thought at that time it was just great for me to be able to step aside of him and talk to him. But unless he is being Ric Flair style and profiling, it's really kind of out of place, don't you think?
I wonder if he's very calmly talking to you about Blue Chew right there.
Can you imagine what the baby's arm would have looked like with Blue Chew?
I've never seen it. I don't want to see it.
Oh, come on. Everybody has seen it.
No, I haven't seen it. Why would you say that I've seen it?
Because everybody has seen it.
No, that's not true. You have to appreciate, when I met him, he was 64.
64 not. Blue Chew will make the baby's arm look like baby's leg. Look at that fucking redneck.
These are your fans.
Yeah. Yes, they are.
Well, Bob Cottle, I'll tell you what, I'm getting pretty excited about the rumor and innuendo around my new podcast with old Connie, those sweet cheeks. Do you know about Conrad Thompson, Bob Cottle?
Well, I've heard a lot about him. They talked about him at Jesse Helms' office. There was a couple of things that say maybe one day he is going to be the mayor of Huntsville, Alabama. If that happened, maybe he'll be a senator, then a governor, and who knows?
Well, I have it on good authority that ain't happening. They know him on a first name basis down there at the shoe show. And if there's one thing I know, It's the Shoe Show. And if you go to the Shoe Show, can't get in that Oval Office. Well, not unless you got a cigar. Anyway, let's go to the videotape. We got Jimmy Jam out here dressed like a goddamn dick dancer, attacking the devil who magically runs around in his bathrobe. I never knew that devils wore bathrobes, but I guess they do. And the IRS is here. And he just pushed that lady down. And he slapped Teddy Long. Don't you be slapping Teddy Long. Now look over here to the left, Tony. I got a question. Are these the wives or these the Gumars?
Are these the what?
The Gumars, Tony. I thought you was a genuine Italian. If you was an Italian, you would know what a Gumar was.
I don't know the Gumar, but oh my God, it's a whole bunch of dick dancers out now.
I ain't seen so much yellow in a long time. Look at all these yellow britches out here. Man, look at Ricky Morton. He ain't aged a day. Still got the same haircut. God damn, is that a stretcher from MASH? What are they doing?
But it's the Alabama junior heavyweight champion, Mike Jackson.
Action Jackson here. We was just talking about Alabama and the anti-continental bias. Y'all got him out here trying to figure out how to operate, unbelievably, a MASH, a military hospital stretcher that maybe Ox Baker used to heart punch motherfuckers on. And she is just distraught. She's got gloves on and high heel boots and fringe on her jacket. My goodness.
You know what would bring you up out of that stretcher though, don't you?
Probably a little bit of Blue Chew, because it'll raise the damn dead, Tony.
Yeah, it'll raise the damn dead.
Tell them about how you couldn't get that cock meat hard for a couple, 3 decades. And now thanks to Blue Chew, man, a cat can't scratch it.
Blue Chew makes the first chewable one, Conrad, which means you can.
Well, I don't know about the first one. I just saw a couple ladies on that screen right there. They look like they had chewable ones too, if you know what I mean.
What you mean?
Look, that one girl done sat in some gum. You hear me?
Yeah, I know. Blue Chew chewables are prescribed online, by the way, by a doctor.
Well, you goddamn right they are. Listen, this is good shit right here. Good old JR keeps the blood pumping with Blue Chew, and you're going to hear all about it when I get my podcast with old Connie.
Yeah, and he'll probably steal these sponsors too. Chew it and do it. That's exactly right. Chew it and do it, Blue Chew. A great deal for you guys, JR. You can visit bluechew.com. Get your first order free when you use promo code WHW.
If there's one thing good old JR likes more than barbecue, it's cooter meat. You hear me?
Pay just $5 shipping. That's me.
And I'm enjoying them both more than ever now, thanks to Blue Chew. I had some of that sauce the other day. Made him stand up, put a little hat on him.
That's me. That's BLUEchew.com, promo code WHW. Make him stand up.
Put on a little hat on that little motherfucker.
Hat on the motherfucker.
Some bitch is gonna make you tougher than a $2 steak. You hear me? Go try you some Blue Chew.
Even if you're uglier than bowling shoes, you can get laid.
Bowling shoe ugly. It don't matter. Blue Chew don't care. It don't discriminate. You ain't gotta look like precious, and ain't nothing gonna feel precious when you get done. You hear me?
Yeah. You could even you could take Blue Chew. You could chew Blue Chew, and even want to fuck Luke Williams.
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Well,
tell you what, with all the kid licking these guys did, it's a wonder we didn't see him on Leaving Neverland. You see that shit on HBO this past week, Tony?
Yes, I did.
Boy, it had the internet fired up. I just ain't gonna watch it. I'm gonna tell you now.
Why wouldn't you watch
Well,
it?
because listen, good old JR loves his Blue Chew, and you know what that means. I like to beat it, beat it, beat it, beat it. Like a government mule. And I don't want to have the fun spoiled in that song by listening about all the horrible shit that man did.
Oh,
all the kid lickers I need in my life's the damn bushwhackers.
By the way, they are the sheep herders here.
Well, not to me, you some bitch. They're in the WWE Hall of Fame as the goddamn bushwhackers. You know who they didn't put in? The fucking sheep herders. Just like if they ever put your scrawny ass in, They're going to show clips back when you was little, back when you was working for Vince. Not when you got down there and blowed that ass up and told everybody to change the damn channel and watch Cactus Jack win the world title. Fuck the whole thing up. Dumb son bitch.
Maybe that's why I'm not in the Hall of Fame.
No, you probably ain't in because you wasn't worth a shit. You ever think about that? I'm the only goddamn announcer in the whole shooting match. See, it's in my contract. I ain't got to work there. They just can't put none of you other broke dick motherfuckers in.
What about like Lance Russell or Bob Caudle? I mean, guys like that.
Who'd they ever beat? How many Stone Cold matches they call, son? I don't remember seeing them on no WrestleMania. You ever call a WrestleMania? I think not. Shut the fuck up.
I never did call a WrestleMania.
I ain't never gonna neither. Spoiler. You hear Kevin Sullivan in the
Don't stop.
You hear Kevin Sullivan in the background? He's back here yipping around too. I didn't know the goddamn devil wore a bathrobe. Ain't so scary. Looks like he's getting the fucking paper.
Yeah, I'm looking for a line on the socks. Want to see the sheepheaders. The sheepheaders and this Nikita Koloff.
You know, I don't know who was president right here, but unemployment must have been bad because ain't none of these motherfuckers working. Oh, tag him in. Tag him in. Get old Dr. Death in there. He'll run a hole through them sumbitches.
Oh, shit. He tagged him in. He didn't come in.
I wasn't tagging in. It was a double high five.
Hey.
Seriously, why'd they put this on TV if ain't nobody gonna bleed? Sheep herders should only be bleeding and licking.
Oh, man. Could they bleed? Whew. Could they fucking bleed?
What do you think about old Nikita with the flat top?
I don't like a Russian with a flat. I like him bald.
Looks like oh, you're like the opposite of Flair, huh? I like them bald too, Tony. I don't know how to tell you that. Does that make me a bad man?
Not at all.
I'll tell you what else is bald. That's the jerky down there at jrsbbq.com. You see, that shit ain't got no kind of expiration date. Cause I see what I've done is I've dehydrated my meat. Now that ain't the kind of thing I was talking about a minute ago with Blue Chew. All right.
All right.
Oh, here we go. Let's focus now. Hang on. Boom! Down goes Butcher Luke. Who gives a shit? Dr. Death is in. Shit's gonna hit the fan. There you go. All the action you need, and just get in there and grab a hold. This is good wrestling right here.
You damn right.
Don't need none of that flying around book. Grab a hold.
That's right. He can grab a hold. He can duck. And he can move too. Oh, and he can attempt to do a clothesline.
Yep. But you know what? I didn't even see that shitty clothesline. All I saw was that glorious rat tail on that big, beautiful man. Oh, he's going up. You know what? He might do a goddamn Phoenix splash. Bet you ain't never even heard what that is. Watch. Watch. Here we go. What, 450? Oh, no, don't need it. Don't need it. Flying cross body. Let me tell you, that's a big body be flying at that ass. Reminds me of my wedding night.
Which wedding night was that, Ben JR?
Are you talking shit over there, you non-Hall of Fame having motherfucker? I ain't gonna put up with too much more of this shit. When I finish this bottle of Crown Royal right here, I'm fucking done with you. You hear me?
How's things in New Japan Pro Wrestling, by the way?
Hey, you gonna talk shit? I'm gonna wind up breaking the internet here in a couple weeks. You watch. You think I'm bullshitting? You watch.
I don't know. Listen.
JR's been everywhere you ever wanted to be, and he's there first. And don't you forget it.
I know. I never doubted you for a minute.
Remember all them times you'd call the office, try to leave a message for Vince? They didn't make it. You went in old file 13. You know what that is, son? Let me tell you, that folder is round, cylinder shaped.
Oh, so you threw the shit away, huh?
Oh, now you figured it out. Well, goddamn, I've been doing it 25 near years.
Oh, great arm drag. What did you say about the big guy? Look at this.
Can I tell you one of my favorite songs these days, Tony? Can I just share that with you?
Yeah, go ahead, Jim.
Well, here's the thing. Now that Dr. Death's out, I really ain't got no more time for this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But what I would like to do is, cause I hear you and Connie, by the way, your shows with him, they winded down. Cause that's in my contract with old Connie. Everywhere I go, I say, Now listen, if I'm going to do this, I ain't going to be no Schiavone. That's what I said when I got in the Hall of Fame. And that's what's going to happen here.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah, I'm with you.
All right. Well, listen, I just want you to enjoy what you got while you still got it.
Oh, okay. I got you. I got you now. What about all these low-key big hogs that are our friends? And well, look Keto with a drop kick.
Good old JR ain't got time for friends. I got sauce to sell. All right.
All right.
Now, if any of these low-key big hogs are blonde with full sweaters, double jointed and daddy issues, well, just DM me on Twitter. But now, can I play my theme song for you?
Yeah, please do. I can't wait to hear it.
That's the way you expect good old JR's theme song to start, right?
Yeah.
You figured out what it is yet? That's George Strait. I hate everything.
Oh, God.
I'm just saying. It hits me right in the feels, Tony. I mean, I saw these rumors out here about me being forced to do a podcast with Connie. I hate that.
Yeah.
I see Dr. Death in here having to sell for a bunch of goddamn comedy wrestlers. I hate that.
Yeah.
I've had to lower myself to talking to you. I hate that.
I hate everything. Well, Jim, it's been a treat talking to you. I'm sorry you got to go.
I'm real glad I got to go because I done finished my Crown Royal and sold all my sauce over at jrsbbq.com. Real excited to take all your sponsors and your co-hosts. Just like I took your job in the WWF, just like I took it in WCW. You see, everywhere good old JR goes, he just points and says, I think I want that. It don't make no mind if you're there or not. I'm just going to take it because I'm a salesman and you're just going to Schiavone. That's what you've done your whole career. So with that, I'm going to pull a Schiavone and I'm going to quit right now.
I'll say sassafras before you leave for me, please.
Sassafras.
Jim Ross, everybody. My good friend, JR.
Hey, Tony, sorry, I had to go take care of Kevin Sullivan. I don't know if you heard him barking in the background.
Yeah,
but
he was barking in the background. That's okay. We made it through it. Okay. And now we're
Jim catch up?
Yeah, we did catch up a little bit. Nothing's much changed. And it was good talking to him again. And here we got the sheep herders, not even bleeding. And that's Rip Morgan on the outside with them. Am I right?
Who cares, really?
Well, we're trying to be factual here, aren't we?
No, not really, because JR's never even returned your phone call. So,
okay. Well, two counts.
The idea that JR had an extended conversation with you is just pure fantasy.
Well, I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Speaking of fantasy, what'd you think about some of those names I floated out? Well, not names, but ideas I floated out, little surprises for our low-key big hog get together.
Oh, I love some of them. Absolutely love some of them. I think, we're in the South. There's a lot of guys who have never been in the South, especially, there's a difference between being in the South and being in Alabama. And,
there's that continental bias again. God damn it.
No, I'm just being honest here. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun and I think they'll enjoy it. I think it'll be a memorable weekend. Dave Silva's going to be there. And Cassio Kid's going to be there, and we're going to give our low-key big hogs chances to do things that they never would have done in their life.
Yep, like pin the tail on the announcer.
Not that.
Spin the bottle with Schiavone.
No, not that.
Are you in the loop on a rainbow party?
No, I'm not.
Efren was telling me that he wanted to do a rainbow party, and I thought that was just like a equal rights type thing,
right?
Rainbow color, being, equality and all that it represents. I just assumed that's what it was. And he was quick to tell me that was actually not the case.
Oh, that's not it?
No.
That's what I thought it was too.
Yeah. And so I was like, dude, we're down for whatever,
Oh, really? You told him that we're down for whatever?
No, a rainbow party like that just seemed like an opportunity to celebrate. I'm in yeah, come on.
But then you said, oh, we're down for whatever. That really, really opens the door to some shit,
Wait, are you saying you don't value Efren's friendship?
Yes, I value his friendship, but be careful about when you say we're down for whatever, but be careful about who you say it to. Sometimes you just never know.
What are you implying?
I'm not implying anything. I'm just telling you, take it on face value. Don't say
take it on the face. What'd you say?
Oh God!
So,
and look at this pickup by Luke
or Butch. Who gives a shit? So I really could never tell them apart. I just knew they were the kid lickers. So
no, Butch. Luke didn't have teeth up front. Oh, you could tell them apart, for crying out loud.
no, all black people look the same to me.
No,
So Ephraim was telling me about this rainbow party. You want to hear about this or not?
no, not really.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
It's a real thing.
Okay. We're taking you back to Clash of the Champions 3, September of 1988.
Whoa! Yay!
More than 30 years ago. And boy, Nikita Koloff, fight for all he's worth, man.
Can I just read to you the definition of a rainbow party?
You might as well, because you're going to get it in anyway.
Rainbow party is a supposed group sex event featured in an urban legend spread since the early 2000s, a variant of other sex party urban myths. These stories claim that at these events, allegedly increasingly popular among adolescents, females wearing shades of lipstick would take turns filleting males in sequence, leaving multiple colors resembling a rainbow on their penises. The idea was publicized on the Oprah Winfrey Show in 2003 and became the subject of a juvenile novel called Rainbow Party. Sex researchers and adolescent healthcare professionals have found no evidence of the existence of rainbow parties and consequently attribute the spread of the stories to a moral panic. On May 27, 2010, the television program The Doctors discussed the topic with dozens of teens, parents, and professionals. So there you go. Apparently it popped up in a book in 2002 called Epidemic: How Teen Sex is Killing Our Kids. And, I guess allegedly it was written in the book that somebody was having rainbow parties as a ute, but you know, everybody coming to the low key big hog get together is full grown. So what say you? What do you think about this concept of a rainbow party here in Huntsville?
No.
Okay. All right. Efren, sorry. I don't know if you wanted to wear the lipstick or, have it apply. What? I didn't know what he had in mind. Like I've never attended one, but I'm open-minded, you know? So let's talk about this. There's a couple ballets here in town. I'm a cultured man, as you know. I'm a man of art and refined taste. My home, reeks of mahogany and leather-bound books. Would you be interested in getting a little field trip put together for us to take some of the fellows to the to the ballet?
The ballet. Yeah, we can take them to the ballet.
Okay, cool. This ballet, you don't buy your tickets in advance. You just need a lot of ones, $1 bills. I don't think they have a good change operation there. I don't know, but you need ones.
Okay, well, good. Let's go. Is that the place where you can get a dance and chiggers all in one?
Tony, we don't say that word in 2019.
Chiggers.
Yeah, I heard you, and you've repeated it now. You need to calm down. We don't say that word.
Those little bugs that bite you. You don't talk about that.
My God, what are you doing on here? Listen, you're giving people a bad impression of the South right before they get down here.
Look at Luke. Oh, he missed out of the way.
Kid liquors flying through the air. Dude, did you see that? I mean, you didn't see any buzz did you watch the show at all?
What show? What are you talking about?
This whole Michael Jackson thing that's taking the internet by storm.
I started watching it, and then I got to the point to where the guy said he taught me in Las Vegas how to masturbate, and that's when I cut it off. I said I've seen enough.
I don't want to watch anything.
No, I've seen enough.
I'll delete all the Michael Jackson off my iTunes and
don't do that.
No, I'm putting it all to bed. Pardon the pun, but I'm not watching that. Like, okay, got it. Out.
Yeah, that's what I did. When the guy said that, I turned it off. So.
When I saw they were showing a bunch of, like clips of the kids as little kids, I was like, dude, I'm fucking all the way out on this.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's pretty apparent their fucking parents were fucking numbskulls. That's all I'm going to say about that. Oh, and Dr. Death and Nikita Koloff get the win. Nikita with the Russian sickle. And boy, was that fun. Little visit from JR.
Look at this shit. Seth Rollins in his time machine.
And Kevin Sullivan.
The goddamn devil in a bathrobe. It's a grudge match.
Wow, how about that?
Clash of the Champions.
Mm.
The American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. The goddamn devil, Kevin Sullivan.
This is a damn grudge that has been years in the making, too, right? They had quite a run against each other down in Florida.
Look at the hair on these women. Dude, these haircuts, holy shit.
1980s, man. 1980s. And no, have you noticed that have we seen many entrances at all in this show? It's like, get them in the ring, ring the bell.
Well, it might be because they realized, hey, we don't have rights to any of this music. We can't play it.
That's right.
We've just always just done things illegally, like we didn't give a shit or didn't know any better, like that was some sort of legal workaround. Ignorance is not a defense, but whatever. Oh, you just slapped the shit out of Gary Hart. Gary Hart's going to pull out his damn switchblade in a minute.
Whoa.
You ever see Gary's knife?
Never did.
You heard about it though.
I understand he was a pretty tough guy.
He nicknamed his blade.
Really?
Yep. Oh, look at this. Is that a squeegee? Is Brian Pillman here? No.
It's a squeegee.
What?
Okay.
Did you see the squeegee? No, it was for people who were hanging out. You wouldn't have been there.
I was there that night.
Really? You saw it happen?
I didn't see it happen. No, but I was there that night.
I didn't figure you did.
I didn't see it happen.
I said you didn't.
You know, you said I didn't figure you did.
Yeah, I know. I know what I said. I didn't figure you did.
But I was there that night.
Great.
I knew exactly where it was. I went by that hotel the other night. On my way back from, where was I coming back? Ole Miss.
I think his nickname for the blade was Lucille. But for the purposes of our story, it's going to be Lois.
Okay. And, what's the story?
That was it. Just if you threatened to fuck him around on his money, he would go back there and start playing with his knife, and magically you'd find that money you owed him.
Tough guy, man.
So what do you think, is protocol here? I mean, Kevin Sullivan was involved in the booking at this point, right?
Yes.
So you got one booker wrestling another right now, right?
Somewhat.
What does somewhat mean?
Well, listen, Dusty did all the booking. Kevin just helped him with putting matches together. That's all.
So Kevin at this point had to just sell whatever Dusty wanted.
Yeah, exactly.
Is it true that, Dusty Rhodes would strut that ass around the locker room a lot wearing boots and nothing else?
I heard that story. I never saw that.
You never saw Dusty naked?
No. Well, that's not true. I've seen him naked, but not naked running around the locker room.
Whoa. Where did you see him naked then?
That time that I told the story that we were going out to Tucson, Arizona and interviewing Willie Nelson.
And he showed Willie as Willie?
No. Motherfucker, take a shoe off and beat Dusty Rhodes with it. What the fuck?
Well, he's just thankful it wasn't a blade, probably.
Yeah.
So help me understand what.
Oh God, you gotta come.
Why was Dusty naked?
I knocked on his hotel room door and I said, "You about ready?" And he said, "Is Willie out there?" I said, "Yes, he's out there." He said, "Good. The star always walks out second." So he jumped out of bed, fully naked, and put on his jeans and his shirt and walked out. And that's when I saw him naked.
Boy, I feel like you just gave a deposition. I was hoping for a joke. That was so factual though.
Well, I mean, what else? Did he give him the golden spike?
I don't think we're allowed to talk about that on.
He did. Look at that. He's got it jabbed. Oh, in his throat.
Was that Lucille? Is Dusty?
I was thinking the same thing. That was Lucille's handle.
Let me just tell you, I love when a wrestler would like grab him around the head or whatever, and then after they're hooked, slap his hands together. Like, I want to get a good grip on this. Do you think Kevin Sullivan's arms were long enough to wipe his ass?
Yeah, he probably had gator arms.
Like you do whenever the check comes and we go to dinner?
Well, no, I don't.
Let me get this. Ah! You make that noise too. And your arms just dangle like.
No,
your arms are bent where your elbows are at your side. They're touching your ribs, and your forearms are like as tucked back as tight as they can get. But your wrists are limp, and you just sort of flap them and flail them, and you go, oh.
No, that's changed a great deal since I got one of our company credit cards.
Oh fuck! I know. I saw the statement from Nom this week, and I'm like, God damn.
Well,
what did he buy at Bloomingdale's?
I bought my wife lunch at Bloomingdale's at the cafeteria there. Oh, Dusty, man. People fucking love this shit, man. Flip, flop, and fly. Boom.
I know. I was so hopeful when Cody had a big match last year that he was going to break that out, and he won't do it.
He won't?
No.
Wow.
He said, that's not mine.
Yeah, but I mean, it would be a big pop. There it is. He had Lucille. And he just said, you picked the wrong time to leave me, Lucille. Oh, and Dusty got it.
No blood. One. Nope.
Oh my God.
Call for the DQ.
Motherfucker. It's amazing. You know, one of the trademarks of Dusty was that left arm of his had all those marks. What the fuck? Oh my God. It's Al Perez.
I mean, it's Seth Rollins. It's CrossFit Jesus.
Oh my God. Somebody Iris up, please. What the fuck?
Seriously. If, they're just whipping him with a chain.
Yeah.
Dude, that's not cool.
Yeah, that's not.
You think JR's having a meltdown on the actual commentary?
Well, I'm sure he's
got to reach down here. Rhodes, their heads cracked together. Rhodes has got hard pain. Tommy Young's going to count it.
How about Dusty Rhodes pinned Gary Hart?
How about that?
And then just sits in the crowd. What a great moment that is.
Dusty had that. He had that ability, man. He had that great sense of timing and just look at that. Just to improvise that moment.
And what a great moment it was. And what's cool is he jumped over that guardrail, very cat-like.
And
then just popped a squat. Oh my gosh. Ricky and Ivan in a chain match. Boy, this is going to be fun right here.
Yes, sir, buddy.
All right. Do you want to be Ricky or do you want to be Ivan? Because we're doing voices the whole time.
Okay.
I want to be Ricky.
Okay. Yeah. You be Ricky. I'll be Ivan Koloff.
First, you be you.
Okay. To my right, I believe, this is a former NFL star.
We talk about the third element in the ring now, the special referee assigned. We're very pleased to have with us number 68, left guard, San Francisco 49ers, 11 years in the NFL, one of the greatest offensive linemen ever. Big John Ayers with us. And John, you've been assigned to be the special referee for this match, NWA World Heavyweight title. And I know you know a lot about pressure in the big game.
I've been very fortunate.
What's he saying right now?
I'm being very fortunate that I didn't really, they make that much money in the NFL. Of course, people in the money made money in the NFL later. So I would have to be a professional wrestling referee. And I'm going to try to call it down the middle as best as a lot of people say that wrestling is fake and phony. Wait a second. You shouldn't say that word fake and phony with Ric Flair there. See how I interrupted him? And I want to tell you something, John Ayers, motherfucker. There's nothing fake and nothing fucking phony about professional wrestling. It may be fake and phony in the NFL. You may get away with holding people all the time because I understand you're a cheating motherfucker. I understand you're just like Conrad Dobler. Remember Conrad Dobler? Played for the St. Louis Cardinals. That's right. Before they were the Arizona Cardinals, they were the St. Louis Cardinals. He was a cheating motherfucker too, and you're a cheating motherfucker as well. Now, the only thing I'd say is I'm going to call it down the middle. I'm just looking for a paycheck because, as you know, we don't get paid enough money in the NFL right now, and most of us are going to be vegetables when we get a little bit older. Well, here's the thing I'm going to say to you. You may say you will call it down the middle, but this is the greatest sport in the world. This is not football. This is not the NBA. This is not fucking baseball like the man to my right loves. This is professional wrestling. And now they're finally letting me be the nature boy Ric Flair. And I've got this little fat baseball announcer to my right. I got this jack off of an offensive lineman of the San Francisco 49ers to my right. Hey, let me ask you something. Has the San Francisco 49ers done anything without Joe Montana? I can answer that. The answer is no. So why don't you just go back to San Francisco and have a rainbow party? How about that? I don't even know what a rainbow party is, but if it'll give me a payday and a paycheck, then I would probably go for it. But I just like to say I will call this straight down the middle. Do you know what even match we're talking about, John Ayers? Do you know what we're talking about right now? Do you even know the guy to my left? Do you know his name? Come on. He's a world heavyweight champion. Very big in the South. Tell me his name. Do you know the guy to my left, his name? And it's not Tommy Rich, by the way. And let's go to the ring. I think John Ayers is dead.
Well. Alrighty.
I think he is. I think he passed away.
Yeah, he is. He's super dead. He died in 95.
Yeah, super dead. God, that wasn't that long after this.
I know. I mean, here's the thing too. He was born in 53.
Yeah.
And died in 95. And made 2 Super Bowls. He had liver cancer, by the way. I know everybody's going to say it was CTE because you called him a vegetable, but he had liver cancer.
Right.
I see the chain. Ivan Koloff has the chain, and I already have it around my wrist. And I have this Russian assassin to my right, who it really pisses me off. He's like 3 feet taller than me. And I have Paul Jones, which may be one of the worst managers ever. And, oh, here comes that redneck out.
Hey, baby, I don't know who you're calling a redneck, baby. I'm just here to rock and roll. You hear me? This whole crowd's going to be rocking in a minute, man, going, go, Ricky, go. Go, Ricky, go. I held up 3 fingers there. That's how many girls I done fucked today. 3.
Yeah, he may have said he fucked 3, but I want to tell you, he's going to get fucked as soon as I strap this around his wrist. And we're not going to strap it around his dick, Mr. Referee. We're going to strap it around his wrist. And we'll see about this cock and roll express. The rock and roll express. See if there's bad. Now we're going to talk over a little bit. Paul, I want you to stay on the outside. Leave me alone because I used to be WWF champion. Hey, I win already. No, the match hasn't started.
Ricky Morton told me a tremendous joke I'd like to share with you.
Okay.
We were talking on the phone the other day about StarCast. And here's a spoiler, if it's not already announced by this point. The Rock and Roll Express are going to be at StarCast.
Hot damn.
And he knows me, and of course he knows Mrs. Thompson. And we were talking just a couple days after Valentine's Day, and he said, "Hey man, how you been?" "Good. Well, I hadn't seen you since November at Wrestle Cage. I'll have a good Thanksgiving and Christmas." "Yes, sir." "How about New Year's?" "Yes, sir." "Well, did y'all do anything good for Valentine's Day?" I said, "Well, yeah, I took the wife to dinner and got her some chocolate and flowers and the whole deal." And he said, "Man, I did that for the first time in a long time." I said, "What's that?" And he said, "Got my wife flowers. It's probably been first time in a decade." I said, "Really?" And he said, "Man, she was so excited when I came home and I had those flowers. She looked at me and said, 'Well, I guess you expect me to spread my legs now.'" And I said, "Well, honey, goddamn, I was thinking we'd use a vase."
Oh, I'm glad I finished my drink. As only Ricky Morton could tell.
There, you blonde-headed motherfucker, Rock and Roll Express. This is a Russian chain match that I made popular in Mother Russia. Oh, and stay down. And while you're down, let me tell you about Amway. Also, me, Paul Jones, Cowboy Ron Bass, we all sell Amway. You know what Amway's good for? Getting chain burns off your neck. We got this lotion, you see, that get chain burns off your neck. I'll pick up this little pussy of a boy. He's not even 6 feet tall. Only thing he can do is sell. You want to sell? You little redneck, how about selling this? I'm going to wrap this chain around. Oh, how about sell that a little bit, huh? There we go. Into the ropes. And, oh, what? Wait a minute. Oh. Ricky?
Listen, he's selling, baby. He can't breathe, baby.
Okay, how about that then? Down you go once again. Stomp you once again. Nikita Koloff. You know, I took him under my wing, and he pissed everybody off. He got everybody mad because he wanted to really be a Russian behind the scenes, too. And I told him, no, you don't need to be a Russian behind the scenes because I'm really a Canadian, and I'm a good guy behind the scenes. But no. Okay, here's how we win it. 1, and going to touch number 2, and I'm going to touch number 3.
Hang on, baby. Don't touch 3 and 4. I got kids. Hang on, baby. There we go.
Whoa, down. Okay, who's going to call this spot? I get back. Anyway, as I was saying, Nikita wanted to piss everybody off. Do you know his name is Scott Simpson? Did you know that his real name? And he changed his name to Nikita Koloff? How dare he use
he broke my dick. God damn.
That's not all I'll break. I'm sure that if I did break your dick, that you'll still get pussy tonight using Robert Gibson's dick. Oh, down I go.
Well, that's where you got me fucked up, Ivan, because difference between me and old Robert Gibson is I'll walk up and put it in, and he puts it in and walks up.
Let me go on. Let me bend down so that people won't see me laughing. That's a funny joke. To kick me again. God. I've had many of these Russian chain matches against much worthier opponents than you little Tennessee hillbilly redneck motherfucker. How about that?
All right, I'm gonna make you laugh while you're trying to choke the shit out of me. I went to visit Tony Schiavone the other day, and his dog Bug was licking his dick. He's just down there wearing that little rascal out. And I said, man, I wish I could do that. And Robert Gibson said, don't you do it, Ricky. That dog will bite the shit out of you.
Okay. Well, as I bring you to the corner, what was the Bug doing licking Tony's dick?
It wasn't Tony's dick. It was his own dick. Don't nobody lick his dick. Not even Lois.
I get it now. That's funny. They think I'm in pain, but I'm laughing at that joke now because I get it down like, damn it. Did I tell you that Nikita Koloff pissed off everybody? Everybody hated him. Arn Anderson hated him. But he used to spit in Jim Cornette's Dairy Queen desserts in the back when we used to do promos. And I would say, I'll do promos. You're supposed to work that chain, you little fucking flea bag. Oh, no. Am I going to lose a Russian chain match? Jesus. No, I can't lose a Russian chain match. No. Break it. Now, where was I with that story? Oh, yes. Even Arn Anderson hated him. Arn Anderson said if he had a chance to stab Sid Vicious or Nikita Koloff, he would have stabbed Nikita first. That's a joke. And here we go again. Up on top. Ricky, do more than just sell the entire time, okay? Now I'm going to get up top. I want you to pull on this chain. Pull me off the top. Okay, I'm gathering up the thing. There you go. Oh, shit, that hurt.
Is that the most predictable spot ever in a chain match?
It is. Oh, God. You know what? This is not a bad match, is it?
Have you seen Ricky Morton ever have a bad match?
No, you're right. You're right.
By the way, I want to let all of our low-key Big Hog members know that I did reach out to Ricky Morton to see if he could do a run-in for our low-key Big Hog weekend, and he was unavailable. So we don't have any guests. I wanted to make Ricky the big surprise. And he can't make it. So no guests. Your only guest is Cassio Kid, and half of you are going to hate that. So thanks for coming.
Yeah, I'm in the half that hates it.
Yeah, of course. No, I get it. Because while you're down here, he's going to try to leverage your relationship to get you to do Cassio's Cut, his new podcast that nobody listens to.
Well, you'll have 40 people listen to it that night if we do it that night.
God, I'm bummed out now. Fuck. Now I hope I don't remember how this actually ended, but I hope Ivan beats the fuck out of him right now.
Why?
Yeah.
Kevin Sullivan's got something to say about it. Listen.
Okay.
Why do you hope that?
Because he's standing us up at the low key big hog event. Motherfucker, what's the fuck he's got to do?
Oh, let me give you some more good news about the low key big hog get together.
Okay, he ain't got any. Ricky Morton ain't got anything. Beat him.
The NWA tag team titles from this show, they're going to be at the low key big hog event.
Yeah, that is. I hear Kevin in the background. They are
the United States Championship. It's going to be there. The real one. The
real
big
belt.
The big gold belt. It's going to be there.
Oh, the big gold belt.
Yeah, we're going to have lots of fun little wrestling artifacts for low-key big hogs to check out and take pictures with and do the whole deal.
Oh,
I'm even going to have Paul Jones there. Now, no, he's going to be stuffed. Like, I don't know. I'm a collector. So
yeah,
I asked about that little riding crop and it wasn't available. I asked about the hat. It wasn't available. I asked about the vest. It wasn't available. And eventually the family just offered me him. So.
And you went for it, didn't you?
Yeah, he's stuffed.
Yeah, you're a collector.
I am.
And Kevin's apparently really pissed off about that in the back.
Kevin he's half hot about it. I think the socks may have just gotten swept. Or maybe he just read that Benoit stole his wife. I don't know. How great would it be if Kevin just found out?
Oh,
what do you mean she's gone?
Oh God.
Okay. I don't mean that she's dead. I just
I
left
what
the
you
store.
mean. I understand.
But you got to clarify sometimes. People think I'm joking about death, and I only do that with Paul Jones.
Oh my God.
Everybody loved Paul Jones. I never got to meet him.
Oh yeah. Paul's a good guy.
I did get to meet Ivan. Man, 2 of the 3 in this are no longer with us.
Isn't that something?
Ricky Morton, though, he's got child support. He ain't going nowhere.
Oh, he's going to be around. He'll outlive us all. Well, some bitch could sell. Are they going to do this same spot again where they pull? Ricky going to get up and pull him from the top again? Nope. Oh, what the fuck? Both go down.
Double knockout. Double knockout, baby.
You know, took that wide shot there. That's the safety rail I remember more than any. That blue safety rail they painted around the ring.
The blue little bullshit step over fence.
Yeah, blue little. Yeah, where was this? I don't even remember where this Clash of Champions took place. Have to look it up. Because I know the first one was Greensboro, second one was Miami. The New York Knockout, which was number 9 we just did, obviously is in Troy, New York.
You don't know where this one is, you're saying?
No, I don't know.
How do you not know that? They covered it right at the top of the fucking deal.
They did?
Oh my gosh. You didn't watch the show at all, did you?
No, I didn't watch this one.
We covered it last week too. It's at the Albany Civic Center in Albany, Georgia.
Oh, great Albany, Georgia.
The next one is in Chattanooga. The one after that, Cleveland, Ohio.
That's enough.
Then New Orleans.
Okay.
Then Fort Bragg. Then Columbia. Then Troy. Then Corpus Christi. Then Charleston. See, that's the noise you make when the check comes. Oh, I'll get it.
Albany, Georgia. Great place.
Fuck you.
Yeah, it is. Albany, Georgia's a great place.
Albany, Georgia sucks a dick.
No, it does not. Don't say that.
Yes, it does.
Oh, you know what? You're saying that because you're from Alabama. Ricky Morton wins. And look at the fans. Man, they're fucking digging this. Yes, sir. Now, Paul Jones is mad at Ivan. We're going to have a little angle here, maybe?
You think?
Yeah, I think they're getting ready to turn Ivan babyface here. Russian assassin dumps Ricky. And now they're going to beat the shit out of Uncle Ivan. And then maybe Nikita will come to his aid. Am I remembering this right?
We're going to see. I mean, you were there.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I was Schiavone in it by that time.
Oh, of course.
I wasn't doing the commentaries like, oh, yeah. How about that? Down you go, motherfucker. Don't fuck with me. And don't watch out. Yeah. Come behind me. Oh.
Can I give you an idea of what I think?
What the fuck? Oh, we got another Russian assassins. We got 2 of them. There's only one person could come out and help him, isn't it? There's only one person could come out and help out Ivan Koloff here. Come on, Nikita. Help out Uncle Ivan. Come on, man. Ooh, fuck. That's pretty stiff, actually.
I don't think they care.
They apparently don't. Somebody send Nikita out. Okay, so I don't know who the second Russian assassin is.
I don't know either, but the way these guys are trying to put on fake Russian bullshit accents, it's probably hard for anybody to understand. It probably sounded something like this.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
yeah, that's how it sounded.
Like Daffy Duck trying to call spots.
Yeah. Right. Oh, they're going to do it again. Now Nikita's going to come out. I would think anytime now. Come on. He's got to be coming out here.
They're going to hang him.
Oh, they're going to hang him. They're going to hang him. He's opened up. He's bleeding. Boy, Ivan used to do some great blade jobs in his day. You can call a blade job great.
Hanging him by a chain.
Oh, God.
Oh, got a commercial. Nothing.
Sting and Barry Windham for the belt coming up, our main event.
Well, Vince McMahon wouldn't have that shit. It'd be for the championship.
Damn straight, man. He doesn't like that for the belt shit, does he?
Didn't like the word belt. I heard he only wears suspenders. All right, everybody, we're here with a football guy, so they could put me up for this, and I'm pretty excited because they tell me you was a guard, but you don't look like you got enough meat on your bones to be a guard, maybe a tight end, and well, that's what old Barnett was telling me in the back. Anyway, we're excited to have you here. Now, of course, I should probably be letting you talk, but everybody knows I like microphone time. Tell us a little bit about why exactly it is you're here, and why aren't you playing football with Joe Montana winning Super Bowls? Because that's what we reckon you ought to be doing. And really for you to be here, as a guard, I don't understand.
Well, I just wanted to stand beside the greatest professional wrestling announcer of all time. And I knew it was you. And I thought I'll go out and stand here beside him. And who knows, maybe I'll become a wrestling announcer one day. Tony Schiavone became one. He was a baseball guy.
Well, I don't know about that. You see, there's not enough room around here. We already got Schiavone and Cottle.
Well, okay.
That's enough talking for you. All right, let's get back to me. Maybe next time we could get Jerry Rice or Joe Montana or somebody people had actually heard of.
All right. Here we go.
By the way, is it just me or is this the most feminine jacket Sting ever had?
Well, it's a rainbow jacket.
No, I'm saying that jacket right there looks like it was part of a Pat Benatar concert set. Like it was worn in a video for salon hair products.
It is the 80s, Conrad.
I know. And nothing says 80s like Barry Windham with a fingerless glove. Tell everybody why he didn't have fingers on there. Wasn't it so he could get on his iPhone?
No, because that's the type of glove his father wore.
Oh,
it's a second generation thing. Fans knew of Blackjack Mulligan in the glove. And I bet you anything, Barry is going to try to put the claw on Sting before this match is over.
I'm going to hang up on you if he does.
No, don't you dare. Because as we know, look, the Von Erichs used the claw. Baron Von Raschke used the claw. Blackjack Mulligan used it. It was a legitimate winning hold. Did you ever see anybody put a claw on someone so hard and squeeze their head so far hard that there would be blood coming down their forehead, down their nose, right in the middle there?
Yeah.
Just because of pressure from the grip?
Sure, Tony.
No, I saw it many times.
Yeah.
I saw Baron von Raschke put the claw on Paul Orndorff one time in the Richmond Coliseum for the World Tag Team title, and Orndorff just bleeding profusely right down and blood running down the nose, dripping off the end of the nose.
You know what else you saw?
What?
Me at your daughter's wedding. You know what I never saw?
What?
You at mine.
Wow, man. That's some deep-rooted problems there. You still haven't gotten over that. Whoa.
Well, here's the problem. When I called you on it, you said, I'll get the next one.
Hey, listen.
And I said, what are you talking about? And you said, well, it's not a slight on you. She's a fucking Flair.
Hey.
We ain't done.
Look, here's the deal. This is our main event match. Let's get with it, okay?
Okay. I'll just lay out. You call it.
No, don't lay out. We talk back and forth.
No. I know what you're going to do. You're going to pull, and the Court Bauer can confirm this. You're going to Schiavone, and I'm going to have to call Jim Cornette to just finish the goddamn job here.
No, I'm not. Not with you, my good friend, my longtime close personal friend. Pally.
I love that you called me your longtime close personal friend. I've known you less than 3 years.
Well, there you go. That's longer than most friends stay with me.
That's true. Oh my gosh, man. That was some strength just to hold him up there.
It was. They made the most out of that brutal spot.
Do you think if Barry Windham would have had 25, 35 more pounds of muscle, Vince would have made him?
Yeah.
I mean, he can work his ass off. He's taller than anybody imagines. I mean, he's just got great psychology. I mean, he's got great ring work. Like everything he does is wonderful, and he's giant. But if he just had a little bit more mass on him, would that have been what Vince wanted and then try to go with him, you think?
Yeah. He doesn't have the definition that Vince wanted. And I guess still.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not slighting his condition. He looks great. But I'm just saying Vince wanted a more unnatural look. Is that fair to say?
Yeah. And thus the World Bodybuilding Federation. Vince was into stuff like that. Jim Hellwig, Hulk Hogan.
Hey, you know what? This is fun. Let's just play hypothetical. Let's pretend things wind up a little differently. And in 1988, instead of Warrior going to the WWF and Sting coming to WCW, what if that were different? What if they had switched places? What if Sting went through World Class, then eventually got signed by the WWF, and Warrior went through the UWF and eventually went to Jim Crockett? What would you guys have done with Warrior?
Well, we probably wouldn't have used him. And I say that because he wasn't that great of a worker, and they wouldn't have liked him. They would have liked the look, maybe.
Hang on. You guys pushed the shit out of the Road Warriors.
Yeah, and as I'm answering your question, we pushed the shit out of Lex Luger too, didn't we?
Lex Luger, the Road Warriors, Sting. Yeah. To me, you guys would have done something with Warrior, but it is hard to imagine Flair and Warrior going to a time limit draw at Clash of the Champions 1, isn't it?
Right.
So what would you have done? Would you have had Warrior just destroy Flair? Clash?
No, you asking me to book it now? 31 years later?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. No, I wouldn't have had him all with Flair. I would have had him as a big baby face. Then Flair was a heel. So I don't know. I can't answer that.
You said, I'm not saying, help me understand. Wasn't Sting a baby face here?
Yeah, I know. I knew you were going to say, I don't know what I would have done with Warrior.
You don't know.
I don't know. I guess there wouldn't have been room, I think, for Warrior and Luger in the same promotion together. Because I think they were been just alike, big.
Whoa, nobody compares those two but you.
Really?
Yeah, one guy was all entrance and jacked up and paint and crazy hair, and the other guy pointed with his finger, took his shirt off and oiled up and flexed.
Yeah. Okay, so you're saying they both had a lot of sizzle but no substance.
I think we are disparaging Lex Luger. I love Lex Luger.
Oh, I'm not disparaging Lex Luger either.
Sounds like you are.
Oh. Boy, Barry takes some bumps for the big guy, couldn't he?
Yeah, he could.
Man. Hey, Barry's going to be at StarCast?
Yeah. So Sting. So's JJ Dillon.
Yeah, man. I know Barry's had some health problems. I look forward to seeing him again.
That was one of his questions. He says, is Schiavone going to be there? And I said, yes. And he said, I got to charge you a little more.
Yeah. The fact is that Barry, because of how big he was, the size he was, could hold his own with anybody drinking. As a matter of fact, he could drink probably anybody under the table. I made the mistake many times of trying to drink with him.
And you woke up with jalapenos in your hair.
Yeah, and a hamburger stuck on my back. But that was a great story, and at that time was a good friend. You got his phone number?
Yeah.
Okay, send it to me.
What do I get?
You get my love, admiration, and friendship for the rest of your life.
Don't I already have all that shit? I want something new now.
You want something new now?
Yeah.
Holy shit! This match. Well, we still got about 20 minutes in the show.
I know, and I'm gassed.
No, you're not. These guys are putting on a pretty good match here. Love that safety rail. You know what is the number one crop down in Albany, Georgia?
Probably. Let me guess.
All right, go ahead.
Meth.
Crop.
Meth.
Pecans.
Nah, that's pecan flavored meth.
No, Albany, Georgia is famous for pecans.
Albany, Georgia sucks a dick.
No, it does. Would you stop that?
It does, though.
No, I got some great friends from Albany, Georgia. I really do.
Tell me about them. What makes them so goddamn great?
Well, I know a couple of them who I work with in another job.
Great. Well, tell them they fucking suck, and I said so. Albany sucks, dude. And nobody wants to live near Albany.
Well, whatever happened with you in Albany? Something happened to you in Albany, Georgia?
No, just, it sucks. It's like, you know what I call Albany, Georgia? Not Dothan.
Well, okay. That's right in the same area.
And guess what? It sucks too. Seriously, I encourage everybody at home, Google image Albany, Georgia.
Oh no, don't do that. Albany is a good town. Good people live there.
It's awful.
I'm not talking about Albany anymore. Okay. I'm not talking about it.
They've got a caution light.
I'm talking about this match.
That's what they got, bro. A caution light.
The caution light tells you turn around, caution, turn around. Don't come in our town. Is that what the caution light says?
Meanwhile, look up Huntsville. It's beautiful.
Yeah. And you will see the picture of Conrad Thompson.
That's not true. I just Googled image Huntsville. I'm not on here at all.
And you'll see the floor plan for the Conradison, which all our low-key big hogs are excited about coming and seeing.
Well, they're not coming.
No. And these guys are hell of a match here, man. Put the claw on him, Barry. Oh no, got him over. 1, 2. Boy, Tommy Young, man, sliding through that time. Counting.
Albany, Georgia.
He was thinking, would you leave Albany, Georgia alone?
Sucks a dick.
You know what you are?
What?
You are a North Alabama elitist, is what you are.
There's no such thing.
You may think there's not, but look in the mirror when this podcast is over with. North Alabama elitist. NAE. Whoa, power slammed him out.
Hey, let me be clear.
Yeah.
I've never even been to Albany, Georgia. I'm trying to make you laugh. We used to quit taking everything so damn seriously.
You've never been to Albany, Georgia? What's wrong with you?
You know where else I've never been?
Dothan, Alabama?
No, I've never been to 4665 Newell Drive in Marietta, Georgia.
Neither have 1, 2. I got a 2 count. Neither have I.
Is it for sale? Do you know anything about it? Can you tell us about it?
I don't know anything about it.
Why don't we give a goddamn tour of it?
Hey, you know what's good about doing this show with you?
You can edit stuff.
You damn fucking way. You motherfucking right.
Well, hang on now. Let's not run our mouth too much, because the best I can tell, you're over here offering up goddamn tours of my house. I can't give your address. I'm looking at your house right now.
I'm not offering up tours at your house.
Yeah, your shit's all over Zillow, son. I'm looking at you.
Meanwhile, thanks for being with us for the Clash of the Champions 3. Hope you've enjoyed this match because it's a good one. Barry Windham and Sting. Look at Barry all tied. That's a variation of the JJ Hully Gully.
What's the name of that ground cover you have between your driveway and your front door?
It's called Fuck You Mulch.
No, it's not mulch. It's something else. I forget what that's called, but I've got it too. Juniper? It's juniper. It's juniper. That's cool. And you got like that ivy around that tree in the backyard. That's cool.
Barry doing the zombie walk. Barry used to sometimes he would get a headshot to the ring post like that, come up bleeding like he is right now, and then he'd come up and he'd do the death walk towards me, and I'd run from him. He'd keep doing that death walk around the ring, and I'd keep running. These are during house shows, of course. Holy shit! What a bump!
Man, your neighbor really did their house up nice with that wood.
Yeah. Hey, Conradison, we got a match going on here, okay? And there's JJ over. Is JJ coming to StarCast?
Yes. So's Sting. So's Barry Windham. So's Tony Schiavone. So's Jim Ross. So's Ric Flair.
Yep.
That 49er's not going to make it.
That's a crying shame.
By the way, that's a request for a dead wrestler seance.
Yeah, I wanted to do that. We talked about doing that.
Oh, that was clearly a joke. You got to stop. You know how disrespectful that would be to somebody who was there if we were doing it for one of their relatives they lost. I can't do that for real. It was just a joke.
No.
They don't listen to the show, so they wouldn't know that it was a joke. But I've gotten lots of serious questions like, no, we got to raise the Macho Man from the dead. No, we're not. It was a joke.
Wow. Look at that punch. Oh, look, there are people out there who really believe that seances work.
No, they don't.
Oh, well, I'm with you. No, they don't. I agree. But I'm married to one, a person here who believes it.
Yeah. But she also believed that you had 9 inches, could make it hurt. She didn't know you were just going to fuck her twice and hit her in the head with a frying pan. Okay. I think I'm staying here and I've put Tony Schiavone to sleep.
Oh God. But there are probably people that are coming to StarCast who really believe that seances work.
I hope not.
And who knows? Maybe they do, Conrad.
Don't.
You ever been to one?
Oh my God. Is that really the thing we're using to argue this now?
No, I just it just could be. Look, you a man likes to make a buck. Hell, I know. You like to make a buck more than anything. So if people are going to pay for a seance, dole on out the money.
By the way, a couple dudes on Twitter this last week called me a carny.
A carny?
Now, and by definition, doesn't that mean that I like bait and switch people or something?
No, I just tell them to kiss this your his ass. That's all.
Oh no, I just muted them. I don't block anybody, but I'll mute the fuck out of you on Twitter.
And there you think you're trolling him and he's not even seeing it. That's probably the best way to go.
By the way, I wish I could mute my goddamn dogs. You know, when we first started doing this, I didn't have any fucking dogs.
Yeah.
Now I got married. I got 2 goddamn dogs. Is this how it begins? Cause you got a fucking army of dogs at your house.
Yeah, I know.
Did it start with 1 and then quickly became 2? And now you look around and you got more damn dogs than you do kids. Is that what's happening?
That's what's happening. And you know what they'll say? If your wife says, hey, I'm going to go by PetSmart, they're having adoption today. Say, no, let's go out to dinner, or don't let her go there because she'll come back with the dog every time.
Don't let her go there. What am I supposed to do?
Well, you say, let's go out to dinner, or how about let's go watch a movie, or why don't you, clean up the kitchen? Oh, that's right. You got maids. I don't know. Just make up something.
Hey, can I get that for you and Lois for your, for like a wedding present?
What, a maid service?
Yeah.
Yes, you can.
Oh, but see, you were supposed to get me a wedding present. I wasn't supposed to get you one. I see.
Okay.
It's my bad. I always get that confused since you didn't come and all.
Oh, here we go again. My God.
Part of the low-key Big Hog get-together weekend is going to be me just going through wedding photos with the group, but I'll make you stand outside because you clearly don't want to see them.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Barry Windham going for the figure 4 leg lock here.
Fucking Kevin Sullivan ruins everything.
Kevin Sullivan won't shut the fuck up. I was thinking about bringing Bug to the low-key Big Hog thing, and because I was going to stay at your house.
No, you're not.
Why not?
Because Scott got you a hotel block for a reason.
Fuck.
Why the fuck would I let you stay at my house? You don't even come to my goddamn wedding. Now you want to come over? How am I going to explain that to the missus? Oh, seriously, I'm going to parade a bunch of motherfuckers through here and you're going to be the ringleader. And she's going to be like, oh, you can do this shit, but you can't come to my fucking wedding. And then she's going to kick you in the balls and hit you in the head with a frying pan. I'm kidding. She don't even know if I own a frying pan. She's never been in there.
Yeah. Oh God.
Cassio, I hear Kevin Sullivan on your side now too.
I know he's shaking.
Cassio recently said that, Megan makes a mean reservation, which is still a line that her mom loves.
I bet.
Oh, shout out to, our great close personal friend, David Fleer, who turned 40 years old last week.
Oh, congratulations, David. 40 years old.
Oh man, Barry Windham giving him the business. He must have just heard what David Flair did in WCW. He's half hot about it.
Well, most people would be hot about it.
When's she going in the Hall of Fame? She's got to go.
Oh, I would think so too.
Seriously, you don't think Stacey Keebler's going in the Hall of Fame, do you?
Well, why not?
Yeah. I mean, they got to put one woman in every year, so they probably will. Have you noticed that's the pattern?
No, I haven't. I couldn't even tell you who went in the Hall of Fame last year.
You put one black dude, you put one woman, put one tag team.
Okay.
Put one dead person. That's their go-to.
Okay. Have they selected a dead person this year?
China.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. With DX, right? DX is going in as a group.
Yeah.
All right. Have you ever gone to a Hall of Fame induction ceremony?
I've been to a few, but I've been to my last one. I'm not going anymore.
Oh.
I got stuck sitting on the floor last year because they were announcing mine and Bruce's new show on the network.
Right.
And I had to stay until almost the very end because they waited till almost the end to make the announcement. And man, that Hillbilly Jim thing, about halfway through, I was wondering, like, if I get up and walk out right now, are we going to lose this TV deal? And Bruce talked me out of it because, you know, he wanted to be back real bad.
Well,
but now that he's back, I mean, it's like, I ain't even got to go. Fuck this.
Oh, hey, look at the claw hold
on the titty meat.
Oh, no, on the pec.
Well, same thing. I mean, that's the hold you're trying to put on some ladies at StarCast.
No, I'm just talking about the claw. I'm trying to get the claw over
here. Come here, Missy Hyatt.
Wait a minute. Is Missy coming to StarCast?
Oh, I meant, Medusa.
Oh.
Or Lita. Or, I don't know, somebody.
Wow.
Oh, he's coming back somehow.
Yes, he is, man. I tell you, these guys have put in a hell of a match here. They really have.
You know, in a real fight, I'm going to go straight to the titty twister. And if it doesn't work, I'm going to blame Barry Windham.
It wasn't the titty twister, Conrad. It was the claw.
Oh, I'm going to claw an armpit then.
Yeah. I'll guarantee if you got a good grip, that'll hurt like hell.
Well, here's another thing you could do in a fight. You know, maybe punch him in the face.
Well, that obviously didn't work, did it? Because Barry Windham's bleeding, but he's still in the match.
But, I mean, Sting's titty ain't even bleeding.
Well, no, but it hurt. Probably going to bruise. Probably won't be able to lift that arm up tomorrow morning. Oh, look at that elbow drop.
As he was coming up, that looked awesome.
Yeah, it did, man.
Sting, is he going to set up the big splash here? Nope. Of the Beal, the hip toss.
Either one. I never used to know the difference. And you know what? I never cared. And
decides not to do it from corner to corner and instead into the ropes, reverses it, and ref bump. Down goes Tommy Young.
And that wasn't a good ref bump. That was a couple of guys kind of got lost in the ref bumpage there.
Yep. They're just tired.
Yeah, they are.
They worked a long time.
Yeah, this match has been every bit of what, 20, 25 minutes.
Feels like 2 days.
It does. There's your stinger splash. Ref bump. No ref.
Come on, get in there, JJ. Hit that motherfucker.
Scorpion deathlock.
Hit him, JJ.
Bring in the old fucker with the chair that won't even fold up.
A super padded chair that won't fold up. And JJ, I guess he looks like he was trying to sell him some term life insurance.
He's going to do the Holy Gully. He usually does the Holy Gully, but hit
him right in the head with the padding. I know I hate it when somebody hits me in the head with a pillow. I fall over flat.
Bring the referee back in, and Sting, full of desire. 1, 2.
Oh, wait a minute. The 49er stops it.
Yeah. John Ayers has come in.
John Ayers has done a better job of this so far than Bret Hart did at Starrcade 97.
There you go. However,
Ayers has got the big cowboy boots on.
Yeah.
JJ's trying to puff his chest out on him. Barry's about to hit him with the belt. Sting gets him. Oh, and Ayers picks up JJ in a chokehold, puts him in the corner. That's the way Tony reaches for the check.
There's a new sheriff in town. Sting is the winner, but unfortunately, everyone, he will not win the U.S. Heavyweight Championship because there was a disqualification. Boy, those guys put on a hell of a show, though. They really, really did. But don't forget, the main event Sunday at 6:05 Eastern Time, only on TBS.
Well, we're about out of time here, but there's still 3 minutes left in the show. Typical WCW. Probably going to be some talking head action here. What say you?
Yeah, I would think so. Sounds like a bunch of barking dogs to me. Fall brawl. All right, here it is. Go ahead, JR.
Well, I'll tell you what, we had a hell of a show out here today, and all I can think about right now is how much I'm looking forward to getting back to my hotel room and enjoying some beef jerky.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you something, Jim. Here's a couple of things I wanted to say. I used to be the play-by-play guy of Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling. I worked for the Crockett's.
Well, I did too, but see, the Crockett's are going the fuck out of business because I brokered them a horrible deal that's going to wind up bankrupting them, but at least I got paid. Isn't that right, Tony?
Yeah, well, Jim, thank you very much. As I'm sitting here, Rick, I know you're shaking your head. I'm one fucking foot out the door. This year, next year at this time, I'll be the WWF.
Well, me too, Tony, and keep me a spot up there because I go to the highest bidder. And the rumor and innuendo is that Ted Turner's going to buy this place. And pal, get your checkbook ready because I'm going to need 2 commas, not 1, but 2, because I'm going to find a way to spend 3. You hear me? That's what I do. I'm custom made from head to toe, you jackass. That's why I've got this gold bow tie on and he's got a red one on. You know the difference? Red's for Crips and Stooges, not me. I'm the Nature Boy Ric Flair. Diamonds are forever, and so is the Nature Boy Ric Flair and the 4 Horsemen, because I'm the world's champion, and I like to talk a lot. And don't wrap me up. I'm still talking. I got time to fill. I talk with my hands. I got diamonds. I'm dripping. I got the Ric Flair drip. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm pointing at myself. Me. Ha ha ha. Because that's what I do. And a minute ago, I referred to his blow tie, and I said, Crips, it's actually the Bloods. Crips are blue. Snoop Dogg will be mad at me if I screwed that up, but he ain't watching this. In fact, nobody is, except for the 40 people that Tony's bringing to Conrad's house. That's right, my house, because he's going to leave it to me in the will, because you don't get that fat without dying early. Woo!
Thanks for being with us, everyone. We're going to the Radisson in downtown Albany, where all of you can see Ric Flair's penis. It's been quite a show. Thank you very much for being with us. For Jim Ross, who's taken my job, for Bob Cottle, whose job I took, I'm Tony Schiavone.
No. Invite everybody to the Marriott, or as I like to call it, the Flair B&B.
Yeah, I'll be coming to see events by February of next year. Thank God I'm out of here.
Woo! Wow. Well, I'm glad that one's over, Tony.
Yeah, that was a good show.
It was fun, but it did feel like a couple of those matches went longer than they should have. I wish we had a little more star power on there. If Flair's going to be there, let's let him strut that ass to the ring a little bit. What say you?
Yeah, you know, the fact we do keep getting fans still like to go back and see this, though, Conrad. They like to go back and see the old Jim Crockett stuff. You can call this the old Jim Crockett stuff. You know, they have on the network Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling. And when I see fans online and want to see the old Crockett stuff, I think sometimes, let's go back and watch an episode of Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling. And then I go, nah, I don't think I want to do that.
Well, Tony, when I look at my clock, I realize it's about that time.
Yes, it is about that time. Ladies and gentlemen, hello, and welcome to the Conradison. I'm your host and your tour guide, Tony Schiavone. Come on in the front door. Over here to the right is where the Nature Boy Ric Flair sleeps when he comes to the Conradison. And over here to the left is where Cassio Kid sleeps when he comes to the Conradison. And now let's go downstairs into the vault and take a look at all the different belts. Oh, my God, in the corner, as you see the belts, there's a stuffed Paul Jones in the corner. He was exactly right. Fans, I'm going to have to ask all of you to leave because the police may be coming by at any time. I thought this was a joke, but it's true. He is a collector. Goddamn, Conrad's a bone collector. And we'll see you next week on What Happened When on the MLW Radio Network, I hope, as well as on
Patron!
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Hello, this is Vance the Pig. And I'm here to tell you about BoxingGimmicks.com. It's the official store of What Happened When, something to wrestle with in 83 weeks. They got new items each week. Log on and get your gimmicks for the wrestling fan in your life or something for yourself. And by Patreon.com/WHW Monday. Want to be a low-key big hog? I know I do. Organized by the boat rider. How about a member of the Hot Tag Express? Or the Slapdick Nation? You can join Conrad Thompson and Tony Schiavone with podcasts, behind-the-scenes videos, live weekly chats, and new content each week. And by LoisRules.com. Get all your t-shirts from What Happened When right now. And by C2E2 After Dark. Presenting Conrad Thompson, Tony Schiavone, and Eric Bischoff, Friday, March 22nd at 8 p.m. Central at McCormick Place in Chicago. Tickets available at showclick.com/event/WHW83. And by StarCast 2, coming to Las Vegas, May 23rd through the 26th as part of Double or Nothing weekend. Go to StarCast.com for more information.